Hey everyone, it is Mary Hyatt and welcome to the Mary Hyatt Show. Today's going to be kind of a brief show. I'm going to let everybody get a chance to hop on. But the reason that it is a quick show today is because today, January 24th, is my birthday. And so I'm going to have some fun today. I'm going to go out and celebrate my birthday. But I had some little thoughts that I wanted to share with you about reasons why we overeat. But let me just go ahead and get on my phone so I can see everybody's comments. And if you guys are tuning in, tell me hi. Tell me happy birthday, for heaven's sakes, or maybe just where you are tuning in from. And right at the hour, we will actually get started with the official show. Let's see if I can get this up on my sweet little phone here. Technology. So this is typically the behind the scenes before we actually get started on the hour. Okay, here we are. Okay, yes. I get some comments. Let's see. Hey, Jen. Hey, Janice. What's up, girls? So glad that you guys are hanging out. Hey, Karen, thank you guys for your happy birthday wishes. I thought today, on the day where I am fully going to indulge in delicious food and birthday cake and gosh, I mean, so many different treats, I thought that, I would hop on here and talk about reasons why we overeat. So let me just check one thing and then we will get straight into the show. Okay, I think we are good to go. Yay. In fact, let me just share this really quickly onto my personal page. Join me now. Okay, cool. All right, we're good to go. So welcome everybody to the Mary Hyatt Show. I am your host, of course, Mary Hyatt. And for those of you who maybe don't know me, maybe I popped up on your screen today and you're curious who I am a life coach. I am a body love advocate. I'm a presidential diamond with doTERRA essential oils. And my just passion and heart is to help women really find their voice, to discover who they are, and to live fully alive. And today's topic, we're going to be getting into the three reasons why you overeat. If that seems to be an issue for you, I was with my mom this morning and she said to me, what I preach, what I talk about in my course, Babe Redefined, which is open until midnight tonight, where you can get in, but it's a 6-week course where I teach people how to make peace with food and really love their bodies. And so I'm a big anti-diet person, and so we were talking about this morning, and she said, well, what about people who feel like they really need to lose weight? What do you do there? Because obviously I'm anti-diet, and I'm all about loving your body at any shape and size. And she says, well, what about people who really want to lose weight that are at the point where they feel like maybe their joints are hurting, or they feel like their pants are too tight and they aren't fitting well and they don't enjoy that feeling? And I said, well, really to me boils down to the eating. It boils down to the food piece. And there's 3 reasons why I believe that people overeat that can contribute to some weight gain, which to me, every size can be healthy. Whether you are a size 0 or whether you are a size 24, I do not think that health exists in one particular size. That's a judgment we make for our own bodies, how we feel good, how we feel most alive and have the most energy. But I thought I would talk about that today. But before we get into all of that, let's officially start the show. I'm so excited to hop into this today. And let me really quick, I just realized I need to shut the door in my office. So 2 seconds, let me do that really quickly. Okay, And I'm back. Thanks for that, guys. We are casual here today. Okay, so again, going back to the reasons people overeat. And with intuitive eating, which is what I talk about in my Babe Redefined course, I talk about how to make peace with food, where you never have to diet again, where you actually enjoy the presence of food. You get to taste it. You get to find pleasure in your food. You get to really enjoy it without all the fear, like, oh my God, this is gonna make me fat, or you're counting calories, or you're restricting things. But you find this freedom around food where you eat without feeling like some foods are good and some foods are bad, and you have to be on good behavior, and maybe you're cheating today and you're a bad person for cheating. And there's all these, different emotions that we attach to food. And so part of what I teach about is getting to a place where you feel peace around food. And when we overeat, meaning we eat beyond when we're biologically full. So if we thought about our fullness and we thought, okay, if I were to close my eyes as I'm eating and check in with my body and see, okay, am I still hungry? Am I satiated? Am I satisfied? Am I full? Am I overly full? There's oftentimes that people, myself included, a long time ago as I've been working through this, where I would eat like so far beyond where I was biologically full. Like I was already full. My body did not need any more food. And I would eat beyond that. And then I would leave a restaurant, or I would leave the dinner table just feeling like, oh my God, my stomach was hurting. And I just felt uncomfortably full. And of course, that can sometimes lead to a lot of interesting behaviors. It can lead to purging. It can lead to potentially weight gain. But there's reasons we do it. Like the weight is not the issue to me. Like I do not teach people how to lose weight. My course is not about weight loss, but we get into the food piece and how you can come to a place where you're regulated a little bit more with what you're eating. And I want to show you this picture of myself before and after. And Abigene, hi, so glad you're here. The left is a picture of me before I learned how to intuitively eat and before I learned how to love my body. And of course, the right is a more current picture of myself. And what's interesting about this is people always say like, oh my God, you look so much better. You look so much happier, because you lost all this weight. And what I tend to tell people is like, no, the person on the left, yes, there's like a visible weight loss, but I never focused on losing weight. That was not my goal. When I started this journey to more body love, I had to learn how to love my body right then. But what I was doing at the time that this picture was taken is that I was using food to cope. I was so miserable. I was so depressed. I was so anxious. I had repressed my sexuality. I had repressed any kind of pleasure or desire. I had repressed my voice. I had repressed feeling alive. I was basically walking around like a human zombie, completely numb, in so much pain, but really unable to feel it. And I was coping. I was using what I could in my brilliance to cope. And part of that was food. And so I want to get into these three reasons. Megan, welcome. So glad you guys are here. You say you refuse to own a scale. I just keep trying to feel healthy and happy to listen to my body the best I can. I love that. So encourage that. And yay. So here is the first reason why I believe people overeat. And the first is that they are stuck in the Last Supper mentality. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that whenever you feel like you are about to restrict, go on a diet, go on a cleanse, you enter into what intuitive eating calls as the Last Supper mentality. That means you get in like your last good meal before you restrict, before you cut out certain foods. So I see this all the time, even in things like Whole30 or cleanses, or people that again go on traditional diets, Atkins diet or whatever. It's like people will say, okay, well, let's go out to eat and I'm going to get dessert. I'm going to drink my alcohol. I'm going to have a big steak. I'm going to eat all the bread. I'm going to have all the sugar, and I'm going to basically eat what I can because tomorrow I have to give it all up. Like my diet starts on Monday, so I'm going to indulge. The problem with this is that because so many of us have been chronic dieters throughout our life, we treat food like the Last Supper mentality all the time. It's like our brain doesn't know, even if we're not starting a diet, even if we're not cleansing, even if we're not going into a season of restriction, somehow or another, it's like that pattern of doing it so often, we enter into the mental state where we think every meal is our last supper, even if we're not going to go on the diet. It's like tonight, you could go to dinner and it's like, this is your last meal. And so you eat so fast and you order whatever you want, but part of it is you eat so fast because you're afraid you may not get another meal. You are afraid you may not be able to indulge in something tomorrow. Like the diet is always sort of like right back there. Like, oh, it's coming. At some point, I'm going to start a diet. One of these days, I'm actually going to do it. And so I better get this in now because you have this like looming fear of restriction that's coming up. Can anybody relate to that? Has anybody been in that cycle of the Last Supper? If you have, just type in a number 1 in the comment section below. So just type in a number 1. Have you ever existed in that Last Supper mentality, or do you right now? So that's the first reason that we overeat, is because we get stuck in the Last Supper mentality. All right, reason number 2 is emotional eating. Emotional eating. So with emotional eating, what happens is, it's basically just like what we talk about. We eat our emotions. We eat our emotions. So when we're feeling stressed, when we're feeling lonely, when we're feeling tired, when we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling fearful, whatever the emotion that almost is like signals to our brain, hey, pain, like you're going to experience pain with this emotion, or uncomfortable feelings, we will turn towards food to dull the sensations. So it's basically anytime that you eat where you're not biologically hungry. So it's like if you go to the fridge and you open up the fridge, then what happens is if you go to the fridge and you're not actually biologically hungry, you're eating for an emotional reason most of the time. Maybe you're in grief, maybe you're just feeling confused, maybe you're stressed out about a work project, or your kids are screaming and yelling at you. Maybe you're just wanting to numb that feeling of not being enough. Or maybe even though you're maybe feeling like you're too fat, you're going to go eat because that soothes and numbs that feeling. Food actually changes the chemistry of your brain and dulls those sensations. So it works. It's actually really, really clever. I did that for many, many years. It was like my emotions were too much and I turned to food instead. And so I would overeat when I was not biologically hungry. I would overeat to dull my emotions, to protect myself from having to experience negative emotions. And so part of what I teach about in my Babe Redefined course is how do you shift out of that into a place of being able to handle your feelings and your emotions without having to go to food or other things to cope. So that's the second reason, is emotional eating. Now, the third reason that people overeat is a lack of self-care. A lack of self-care. And this is an interesting one, by the way. Karen, you said a 1. Abigene, you said a 1. And Trisha, you said that you and 2 of your girlfriends are going to be doing the Babe Redefined course together. I love it. That's so fun. It's so great. So this is interesting. So the third reason is lack of self-care. Okay? Lack of self-care means we aren't taking care of ourselves. Like if we had a little, trying to figure out which side to do this because my camera's backwards, like a measuring thing. Here's your self-care. And when your cup is all the way full, then you're feeling secure, you're feeling nurtured, you're feeling soothed, taken care of, your stress has gone down, you feel more at peace, able to handle your life. When it starts dropping down and this deficit is getting larger and larger and bigger, and most of us reside down here. That's why I talk a lot about self-care, because most of us reside down here in a huge deficit. When we are at a deficit of self-care, one of the only times that we try to make up for the deficit is when we eat. And so then we start seeing food as a treat or a reward or something that we can find pleasure for. When we can't experience any kind of pleasure over here, any kind of nurturing, any kind of like, I'm going to take care of myself, then what happens is we have to take care of ourselves in such an extreme way because there's such a deficit that we overeat like crazy to try to make up for that, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, give me like give me number 2. Let's do it for number 2. If that makes sense, give me a number 2. If you see yourself doing this, that your self-care is so down here that you end up swinging over here and you overeat. So you go get a treat in the middle of the day. You eat a candy bar because you're too tired, or maybe you aren't listening to your body and not taking a nap, or not drinking enough water to stay hydrated, or not slowing down. And so to numb that, to take care of that, you're going to eat. It's like making up for that deficit. So that's a big one. So I'm curious for you guys. Okay, Abba-Jean, you're like, yes. Trisha, yes. Out of those 3, which is the strongest for you? The Last Supper mentality, the emotional eating, or the lack of self-care? Which of those drives you to overeat the most? And, okay, Cheryl, you're saying a 2. Alexandra, a 2. Karen, a 2. Yeah, I think this is really, really common. So I want to know, for all of those you just comment and tell me which one of those feels the strongest. Like, which one do you kind of gravitate towards naturally? Okay, so I think when we're looking at this, overeating is not the problem. You know, it is these other issues, our emotions, our sensations, our feelings, the diet culture. And that's what I talk about in my course, Babe Redefined. And I want to just take a second to mention this because tonight is the last evening that you can actually register to be a part of this course. Now, it is a 6-week course, okay? And I go into intuitive eating. I go into feelings and sensations, emotional eating, diet culture, to where you end up by the end in a space where you truly have freedom around food and you have freedom around your body, where you actually can make peace with the mirror. So you don't look at yourself every day and say, God, I hate you. You're ugly. You're disgusting. Like, I walk you through having to get past that body bully that's always chiming in. I mean, y'all, I'm here to tell you, this course is amazing. It is powerful. I spent all year making it, and we've had a lot of people go through it. I've got, I think, over 200 people signed up now, which is really cool. But I just want to ask you, imagine believing that you are not defined by your pant size. Imagine going bathing suit shopping and not wanting to run out of the dressing room crying. Imagine not avoiding changing in front of other people. Imagine not being tempted to sign up for the latest diet fad. Imagine going to a restaurant and not being terrified of the dessert menu. Imagine having sex with the lights on. Hello. Imagine looking at magazines and knowing the real truth and not getting sucked in. And imagine teaching your daughter positive self-image and healthy self-esteem. That is what this course is all about, so that you can live in more freedom and more peace and really enjoy food and not have to use it as a coping mechanism, but where you learn how to listen to your body. And a lot of people, like I said, with this before and after picture, they're like, okay, great. I mean, am I going to lose weight in this course? And what I tell people is when they're seeing this and they go, okay, well, if Mary did it, then I'm going to do it. And I say, you may lose weight, you may gain weight, your weight may stay exactly the same. I have no guarantees. This is not a weight loss course, but what I can promise you is I will teach you how to identify with your feelings and your emotions so that you aren't going to food to cope. I'll teach you how to trust your body. I'll teach you how to move your body in a way that makes you feel alive and powerful. And we're really going to get into all the ways. And there's a sales page for this, to where you can actually look at all the details, and I go through in depth what we go into. But I don't know if you know this. So hopefully you watched my special webinar that I did last week. But y'all, this course is free. Okay, I'm just going to go out and say it. The course is free, so there's no excuses. I am on a mission of love. I really believe that I am starting a revolution, and I know you guys wouldn't be on this Facebook Live if you weren't also interested in being a part of that. And I know several of you are saying, hey, I'm doing it. So if you have, if you've already signed up, comment below. I want to see if you're going to be on. And I am so excited for this, because we're going to get to walk through this in 6 weeks to more love for ourselves, more freedom, to where you're not stuck in the rat race that every other woman is stuck in, where it's we're obsessed with food and we're obsessed with our bodies and we hate ourselves and none of us think we're enough. So we're going to get into that. But I also wanted to mention too that I have also offered a VIP option. Now the VIP option is cool because there's a couple bonuses that you're going to get with the VIP option. You're going to get all of the course modules for 6 weeks. You're going to get a downloadable workbook, and you're going to get 6 coaching calls with me. Now, this is exciting because I typically charge $10,000 to coach with me. And with this, you get 6 of these calls, a group coaching call where I'm going to answer your questions. We're going to walk through this together. And I mean, that's a lot of money that I am offering up on the table, just like with the fact that I've been through all of this. And to help you through this, there's a private Facebook group, which is really amazing with all the people in the VIP group. And you're going to get 3 bonuses. So I'm going to offer you my Body Love morning ritual where I'm going to walk you through what I actually do every single day, every single morning to get my head in the right spot and love my body. I've got these incredible guest interviews that are going to be with body love advocates and intuitive eating specialists and people who support yoga at every size and life coaches. And then I'm also going to include an audio of my body scan meditation series where I walk you through really getting in touch with your body. Abigine, Trisha, you guys are saying yes, you're going to be there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the cool thing is this VIP option where you're going to get that extra support where I get to walk you hand in hand. Before I get into that, let me just say, y'all, this work is hard. Like I did it for many, many years by myself, and I don't want you to have to do that. Yes, you can get the free option. Go for it. Please do. But I know that there are some of you who really need the extra attention and the extra support to help you get through some of the stuff that has been lingering in your life for a really long time. And for me to show you some quick ways around like where you get stuck in your thinking, where you get stuck in your body, all the fears that are going to come up for you as you go through this course, like it's going to stir up some stuff. And we go deep. And these group coaching calls are powerful because it gives us an opportunity to actually even go deeper. And you're going to get that one-on-one attention from me. And I bring my A game. Like I love coaching. I love it. And so to be able to be in an intimate group where you're going to see other women who are struggling, you're going to see your story and their stories. You're going to get further, faster, and quicker by being supported by me. And if you already got the free course, there's still time to upgrade to the VIP. In fact, for the next 10 people who upgrade to VIP, I'm giving a private one-on-one me and you 30-minute coaching session for the next 10 people who upgrade from the free to the VIP, which is really cool. And so the VIP, y'all, it's so freaking cheap, okay? It's $279. And so if you know that you are ready to do that, you can go to maryhyatt.com/VIP. And just in case that feels like a lot, you can go ahead and do a payment plan of $99 3 times. So that's really affordable. Like sell a lamp for your first $99 in your house, sell some books, sell something, make something. Like you can totally come up with that $99 3 times. And so you're going to be able to pay that way if that feels better for you. But if you want to go ahead and check out all the details of this course and get the free option, and just if you wanted the details at all, maryhyatt.com/babe redefined. All right. And then if you're ready to do the VIP, if you're ready to upgrade, maryhyatt.com/VIP. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. But the cart stays open only until midnight tonight. So this is literally, I don't know when I'm offering this course again, but I am excited to be with you guys for the next 6 weeks because it's going to be just powerful. Like I know this, we already have gone through this course once. And here's a couple little things that some of the girls in our last group said about the VIP option. They said, participating in the group coaching calls really added so much more to the experience. Knowing I'm not alone in this journey and being able to share this process with others walking the same path was invaluable. The coaching calls were inclusive and we all quickly opened our hearts and encouraged each other. The group coaching calls were encouraging because you realize you were not the only one on the planet with these thoughts and feelings. I loved the course. And so again, you can do it for free. And that's really, it's a powerful course by itself. And the workbook that you get with the free course is awesome. And you'll be able to go through it yourself. But if you really want to change this, if you really want to shift this, to stop living in that space of so much hatred, I really invite you and encourage you to do the VIP option. It's powerful. It's so powerful. And so if you identified with any of these ways of overeating, the Last Supper mentality, the emotional eating, the lack of self-care, this course is going to be really great for you. If you don't have a problem with food, but you just look in the mirror and you think to yourself, I need to lose weight. I hate my body. I'm so gross. I'm so ugly. Like, ugh. this course is really going to be powerful for you. If you have trouble wanting to go clothes shopping, if you're saying no to events because of the way that you look, if you think losing weight is going to finally make you happy, then this course really is for you. And I've been through this myself. I've walked through this journey personally, and I can attest, obviously, why I've done this course is because it works. And I figured it out over years and have distilled it into 6 weeks. So I'm just like saying, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's be in this movement, in this revolution together. Like hand in hand, sister to sister. Let's do it. And if not, I will be on here every week, and I will be encouraging you, loving you, offering you great tidbits to continue your journey. But if you're ready to get into it, sign up for the course. Again, maryhyatt.com/babe redefined, and then the VIP, maryhyatt.com/VIP. All right, guys, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm going to go enjoy my birthday with a birthday lunch, and I will see you guys right here next week. Bye.